Welcome to Great Alaskan Holidays. This video provides an overview of your motorhome's basic operation to help ensure a safe and enjoyable trip. For more detailed instructions, or if your motorhome differs from what's shown, please refer to the general operating instructions and the manufacturer's manual located inside the motorhome, or contact our customer service team. Your safety is our top priority. Please pay close attention to ensure a smooth and accident-free trip. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down and ask after the video. Before departing, ensure everything inside the motorhome is properly stowed and secured. Make sure all passengers are seated and buckled in. Adjust your seat and mirrors for optimal visibility, and check and regularly monitor the dashboard gauges. Compared to cars, motorhomes require greater attention and precision when turning. Motorhomes have a rear overhang of 6 to 15 feet, which impacts turns, tight maneuvers, and driveway exits. Due to limited maneuverability, use extra caution in parking lots, gas stations, and residential roads. Avoid drive-thrus such as fast food restaurants, banks, pharmacies, and car washes. Always ensure the rear wheels clear obstacles before steering. Turning too early will result in off-tracking, meaning the rear wheels will track a different path than the front wheels, resulting in possible collisions. Avoid sharp turns to prevent the rear from swinging out and hitting objects. If a sharp turn is necessary, make it slowly and use your mirrors to monitor tail swing and off-tracking. When driving in town, always choose the outside turning lane. This provides more space for your turn and helps prevent accidents with other vehicles or objects. Remember, allow extra time and room for every turn. When leaving a driveway, exit slowly and at an angle. Exiting too quickly or straight on may cause the rear end to bottom out, potentially resulting in damage. To avoid this, always exit at an angle and at a slow speed. Motorhomes require at least 12 feet of overhead clearance. Be especially cautious of tree branches, as they are the leading cause of roof damage. Always verify clearance before passing under structures. Motorhomes are significantly wider and heavier than cars. Maintain proper lane position, accelerate gradually, and allow extra stopping distance for safety. Allow at least twice the stopping distance of a car, and even more in wet, icy, or low visibility conditions. Brake early and use lower gears on long descents to prevent brake overheating. Remember, a motorhome is larger, heavier, slower, and less maneuverable than a car. When backing into a spot, take a moment to assess the area and plan your approach. Identify potential obstacles such as picnic tables, toys, trees, people, guardrails, and vertical posts. Ensure there's enough space for slide-outs. Always use a spotter when backing up. They should communicate with clear voice and arm signals and position themselves for the best visibility. Remember, do not back the motorhome up without a spotter. If you're parking on an uneven surface, use the leveling blocks stored in the exterior compartment to help level the motorhome. Use the leveling bubble on the countertop for reference. A motorhome that is not level can damage the refrigerator and increase the risk of slips or falls for guests inside. Before departing, gather all belongings and clean up any trash. It's best to walk around inside and outside of the motorhome to ensure all electrical and water lines are disconnected and secured. Items are stowed. Doors, windows, and compartments are closed and locked. Slide-outs are fully retracted. Tires are properly inflated. Test your brakes, turn signals, and headlights. Taking these steps helps ensure a smooth and safe departure. Use only regular unleaded gasoline and ensure you're using the correct fuel tank. If fuel was not prepaid, please refuel within 5 miles of Great Alaskan Holidays and keep your receipts for verification. Alaska strictly enforces DUI laws, which can result in severe penalties and voided insurance coverage. A first-time offense in Alaska results in a 90-day license suspension, a monetary fine, and a mandatory jail sentence. In addition, it will void all insurance, voids collision damage waivers, and holds you personally liable for any and all losses. Our motorhomes are insured, and purchasing a collision damage waiver can help reduce your liability. Be sure to understand which damages are not covered, including overhead and interior damage. Review the general operating instructions and manufacturer's manual to ensure a smooth and enjoyable trip. By taking these precautions, you help protect your rental and preserve the experience for future guests. Now let's take a look at how to best operate the motorhome.
Hi, I'm Steve, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to your Four Winds motorhome. On behalf of all of us at Great Alaskan Holidays, we're excited to have you here and honored to be part of your Alaskan adventure. Whether this is your first time visiting or your 10th, there's nothing quite like experiencing Alaska from the comfort and freedom of your very own motorhome. Before you hit the road, we want to make sure you feel confident, comfortable, and ready to enjoy every mile ahead. In this video, we'll walk through everything you need to know about your Four Winds motorhome, from setting up camp to operating all the features inside and out. Please keep in mind, even if you're a seasoned RVer, please pay close attention as some of the features and systems may be different than you're used to. Take a few minutes to follow along, and you'll be ready to explore Alaska like a pro. You can always refer back to this video should you have any questions during your trip, or you can refer to our general operator instructions manual inside your RV. If needed, you can give our office a call between the hours of 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. to speak to one of our technicians. Please keep in mind, Alaska is a big state, and we only have one location here in Anchorage. Depending on your location and depending on the challenge, you may have to return to our facility for service. After-hours technical phone assistance is also available. Our team of mechanics are very effective at handling most issues over the phone. We take great pride in maintaining our fleet of clean and reliable RVs so you can enjoy your Alaskan adventure. So let's get started, and welcome to the trip of a lifetime. When you first walk in your motorhome, you'll see a series of switches down by the entry door. The main switch you'll be concerned about will be the battery switch, which is a large knob. You'll always want to make sure this is in the on position, turned horizontal, facing towards the right. If this gets turned off for some reason, this will disconnect power to the entire motorhome. If you don't have power to your motorhome, this would be the first place to check to make sure it's in the on position. Below the battery switch, you'll see the inverter control, which we'll cover later on in the video. Below that is the solar panel controller, which you don't need to do anything with. Above that, you'll see a series of switches. The awning switches don't do anything on our rental motorhomes as they are not equipped with awnings, but there are a couple of lights, a step light and a cargo compartment light, as well as some ceiling light switches above that, and a 110 power outlet. To control the lights in your motorhome, you'll see a series of switches either on the wall or under the cabinetry. On the wall, when you first walk in the door, you'll see the exterior switch controls the outside porch light. The interior switch controls the ceiling light. If you move upwards, you'll see a series of switches underneath the cabinetry on the light itself. There's a button on the center of the light to turn the lights on and off. If your motorhome is equipped with a couch, to convert it into a bed, You'll grab the strap with your left hand, pull it, grab the couch with your right hand, and it lays flat. To put it back into a couch, use both hands, lift up. You can use your leg to push it. Make sure it clicks back into place. To convert your dinette into a bed, the first thing you'll do would be to grab the side cushions and carefully set them aside. Next, you'll bend down and loosen the knob connecting the table to the post. You'll carefully lift up on the table, setting it aside. If the post sticks to the table, you'll simply lift up on it, also setting it aside. Next, you'll lift up all three cushions, both sides and the back, folding them out of the way, like so. You'll then carefully grab your table and gently set it in the middle. You'll then fold the three cushions back down. Sliding this one all the way to the back. This larger cushion fits in the front, like so. You'll then locate the two rectangular cushions, like so, which will fit in the middle. To return the bed into a dinette, you'll do the reverse. To convert the dinette into a sleeping area, the first thing you'll do is to lift up the bottom cushions on either side. You'll reach below and make sure that the lever is in the down position. Gently push on the table until it slides down to cover the area. Then you'll replace the cushions, putting the two backrest cushions into the center of the table. This can be kind of a tight fit. One trick is to make a triangle shaped piece and then push down in the center. To put it back into dinette mode, you'll replace the cushions on either side. Gently lift up the table, and then make sure to replace the lever to the right side. Most of the functions on your motorhome can be controlled and seen on your monitor panel, which is a black panel like this. It may be located in a different location depending on your model. The first thing you'll see on the top left here is the generator control. To start the generator, you'll simply press and release the start button, like so. This will start your generator. When you're finished with the generator, you'll simply press and release the stop button. To the right of that, you'll see a series of lights. These light up with the corresponding tank levels here. So LPG is your liquid propane gas. You'll simply press the button and it will illuminate the lights with a red light between empty and full. The more lights that are illuminated, the more full the tank. The tanks here, you can see, are LPG, which again is your propane, your battery level, fresh water, your black water, which is your toilet waste, and the gray water, which is the sink and shower waste. You'll want to periodically check these tank levels to make sure nothing is too empty or too full. Below that, in the center, you'll see that our motorhomes are not equipped with tank heaters, so these switches are blanks. Your water pump, to have running water flowing through the motorhome, you'll simply turn on the water pump like so, and this will create running water throughout the motorhome. To operate the slide out on your motorhome, the first thing you'll want to do is make sure that you're parked in a level location. Make sure to refer to the bubble level on your countertop and make sure that you're parked and the bubble is within half a bubble's width along the black line. Next, you'll set the parking brake, which is on the floor to the left of the brake pedal. You'll then start the engine. Before extending your slide out, you'll make sure there's nothing outside in the way, such as trees, picnic tables, etc. You'll then locate the slide switch, located above the control panel switch on most models. You'll then press either in or out and hold until the slide is either fully extended or retracted. Before retracting your slide out, make sure that the floor in front of the slide is clear of any debris, gravel, etc. When you first arrive to your campsite, you'll want to make sure that your motorhome is parked level. To do this, you'll locate the bubble level located on your countertop and make sure that the bubble is inside of the black circle. If it's not level, you'll use your included wooden blocks, place them in front of the appropriate tire or tires, and drive up onto the blocks. You'll want to level the motorhome before you operate the slide outs to ensure safe operation and to prevent damage to the refrigerator. For your safety, there is one smoke detector located in the kitchen area, a carbon monoxide detector located in the bedroom, and a propane leak detector located near the floor. When using the toilet in your motorhome, we advise our customers to put water in the toilet by lightly pressing down on the foot pedal on the right side, about a quarter of the way down. This will fill the bowl with water. You'll then use the toilet as normal, and then flush by fully pressing the pedal down, making sure to be nice and gentle when pressing it down and releasing it up. Should you need to sanitize your toilet, you'll simply press down, flushing the toilet, use one of the included sanitation pods, and drop into the toilet, and then release. To use the shower in your motorhome, on motorhomes equipped with a glass shower door, you'll simply turn the clip vertical to release the door, carefully open the door, climb in to use the shower. You'll set the water temperature just like at home, hot and cold. On the shower head itself on all models, there's a toggle here to shut the water on and off. This will conserve your hot water as it is a limited capacity. Do keep in mind to turn your water heater on about 20 to 25 minutes ahead of time to heat up the water. On models equipped with a sliding shower door, you'll grab the handle, slide to the right, and make sure that the hook clips onto the side of the shower. To open the door, you'll gently push in on the handle, make sure keeping your hand on it the entire time so it doesn't retract too quickly, and leave it in the open position before driving. To operate the generator on your motorhome, you'll locate the generator switch on your control panel. On 2025 model year motorhomes, you'll press and hold the start button until the generator starts, and then press and hold stop when you're finished to shut the generator off. On 2026 and 2027 model year motorhomes, you'll simply quickly press and release the start button and the generator will start. To connect your motorhome to outside power, electric power, usually at a campground, you'll locate the power cord, which will be in one of the outside storage compartments. You'll take this end here, simply insert it into the outside power connection, and then turn on the nut clockwise until it tightens. You'll then take the other end here, which is a 30 amp prong, 3-prong plug, and plug this either into the campground or find the included adapter, which converts from a 30 amp to a standard outlet if needed to plug into a standard receptacle. Make sure when you're done with this cord to disconnect it and make sure you put it back in the storage compartment and don't leave it at the campground. In some cases, you'll want to use the built-in 1000 watt inverter in your motorhome. This powers the TV's DVD player, as well as an outlet near the dinette and the bed. You'll use this only if you're not connected to outside power and do not have your generator running. To use the inverter, you'll simply press the switch until the green light turns on. Now 12 volt power is being provided to the TV, DVD players, as well as an outlet underneath the dinette, and an outlet located on the side of the bed, conveniently located for a CPAP machine. To use hot water in your motorhome, should you want to take a shower, do dishes, etc., you'll locate the hot water control panel, usually located in the bathroom. You'll simply press the power button like so. You'll see a temperature displayed on the screen. This is the maximum temperature for the hot water. You can adjust that up and down with the arrows on the right side. You can also change the units from Celsius to Fahrenheit and back by pressing the button on the bottom here. Once you're finished with the hot water, simply turn it off. And do keep in mind, it could take several minutes for the water to warm up initially. On our larger model 4Winds motorhomes, to control the heat and air conditioner in your motorhome, you'll come back and find this panel here. This is your thermostat control. To control it, you'll press the large button in until this is flashing right here where it says off. You'll then use the knob to select either cool, which is your air conditioner, or heat, which is the heater. You'll then press it again to select it, and then turn the temperature knob up and down like so. This will control the desired temperature like so. Press it again to select, and then this large temperature in the middle here is your current temperature. This will change as the motorhome heats up or cools down. Do keep in mind, to use the air conditioner feature, you do need to have either your generator running or be plugged into outside power. On smaller model motorhomes, you'll have two separate controls. This is your air conditioner unit here. To turn it on, you'll simply select the knob over here, turn it on like so, and then set your temperature here, warmer or cooler, like so, and then turn it off when you're finished. Do keep in mind, for the air conditioner to run, you do have to have your generator running or plugged into power. On smaller model Thor motorhomes, to run the furnace, you'll simply locate the thermostat here, located either in the bedroom or somewhere close by. All you'll do to control the heat will be to slide the lever up top here to the desired temperature, indicated by the graph here, and you'll hear the furnace blower turn on, usually quite quickly. To use the propane stove in your motorhome, you'll simply lift the cover like so, carefully folding it back out of the way. You'll see the two control knobs here. You'll simply turn it on, press in until the flame lights like so. You can then control the flame by turning the knob. When you're done using the stove, you'll return it to the off position. You'll wait several minutes for it to cool down, and then carefully close the lid. Make sure this lid is fully closed and latched before driving. The microwave on your Four Winds motorhome is a combination microwave, convection oven, and built-in air fryer. To use any of these functions, you'll first need to make sure that you have electric power, either plugged into power at a campground or have your generator running. You'll know this is the case because you'll see the clock here illuminated. If you don't have power, this clock will not be illuminated. And then to use it, just like at home, you'll select which function you'd like to use, convection, air fry, etc. Set the time, and then press stop and press start here to control it. Your refrigerator and freezer on your Four Winds motorhome is nice and simple, as you can see here. The only thing to keep in mind is when your fridge and freezer doors are closed, you'll make sure this latch is closed like so. This prevents the doors from popping open on a rougher road. If you'd like to use the television and or DVD player in your motorhome, either while camping or while driving, and you're not plugged into power nor have the generator running, the first thing you'll do will be to locate the inverter switch. Make sure that's in the on position. The green light is on. You'll then locate this panel here. This has the coaxial output on it. The only button you'll need to make sure is pressed in and turned on is the small button here, which is the boost for the antenna up on the roof of the RV. And last, you'll locate the three remotes in your RV. The large remote is for the living room television. The smaller remote is for the bedroom television. And the smaller yet remote, yet thicker one, is for the DVD player, also located in the living room. In the cab of your motorhome, you'll see many familiar buttons. On the driver and passenger side door, you'll have window controls for the power windows, power locks in front of that. Up above on the pillar, you'll see your side view mirror controls. To control the mirrors, you'll select the center lever, left or right, to pick which mirror you're controlling. Then use the arrows around the perimeter to move the mirror. Above that is a small switch with a red dot on it. That is for heated mirrors if it's below freezing. On the left side, you'll see the headlight controls. Just turn the knob to select the indication for the headlights. To the left and to the right are the dimming controls to adjust the brightness of your display. Do keep in mind that in Alaska, many highways require you to keep your headlights on at all times. When you get to your camping spot, after you've successfully leveled your motorhome and before you put the slide out, you'll firmly press down on the parking brake lever with your left foot and leave it pressed down for the duration of your camping trip. Before you drive away, make sure to release the parking brake with the lever underneath the left side of the console. On your steering wheel, you'll see a series of controls for the adaptive cruise control on the bottom here. Do keep in mind that despite having adaptive cruise control, always pay close attention to maintain a safe distance from the RV or other vehicle in front of you. Above that, you'll see a series of switches and buttons. This controls what you're seeing on your display, including miles per gallon, odometer, and tire pressure sensor readings. In the center section of your motorhome, you'll see a series of switches and controls. The top switch here is called the battery boost. In the rare instance that your engine battery is dead and your motorhome won't start, you'll press and hold the boost button in the on position while turning the key to start the engine from the motorhome batteries. Below that, you'll see the vents, which open and close just by pushing them. This is for the heat and air conditioning system in the cab. You have your speed control for your climate control, temperature selector, mode selector, hazards, lane departure on and off, charging ports, both USB and USB-C, traction control on or off. You'll always want to make sure traction control is left on for safety reasons. Another 12-volt outlet, another USB outlet, passenger airbag on and off, passenger airbag controls on and off. You'll always want to make sure that the passenger airbag is left in the on position for safety reasons. To connect your phone to your motorhome via a wired connection, make sure you use a good quality cord. The center USB and USB-C ports are only for charging. The data connection is on the right side via the USB port. Once you plug in your phone, if it's a newer Android or iPhone, it should automatically connect to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay on the screen. Also on the screen, it will display both our included backup and side view cameras. When you put the motorhome into reverse, the backup camera will display, just like so. If you'd like to put the reverse camera on when you're driving to get a better view of your surroundings, you can press the button that says rear camera, and this will stay on until you tell it otherwise by pressing the home button here. When you put your turn signals on, either left or right, the side view cameras will also display on your center screen. When making a turn or pulling into a camping spot, always make sure to use a combination of the cameras, your mirrors, and always have a spotter when backing up to safely operate the motorhome. Depending on the model of your motorhome, you'll have several seat belts located both in the cab, on the couch, and the dinette area. Do keep in mind, per Alaska state law, all passengers in the motorhome must have a seatbelt and be seatbelted while underway. Should you need a child car seat, please consult one of our customer service representatives for more information. When you pick up your RV, you'll receive a set of keys, which will look like this. There'll be a blue tag attached to the keys with a 5-digit number. This is the ID number for your RV. This is prominently printed on both the back and the front of the RV. Make sure to check the number on your RV matches the number on your keys before you entering the RV at a campground, as they can all look the same from the outside. The other keys here, you have a large Ford key, which locks and unlocks the side cab doors, as well as the ignition key for starting the engine. The purple key here is for the side entry door. You turn the key clockwise and counterclockwise to lock and unlock the door respectively. The upper lock here is the deadbolt, and the gray key is to lock and unlock your storage compartments, which open like so. Do make sure they're securely closed, lock them before driving, and make sure to put nothing in the RV storage compartments that can get wet and or dirty. When opening your compartment doors, you'll simply lift up like so. Some of the doors may have a clip similar to this. This is used for propping the door open for easier loading and unloading. These can be rather delicate, so make sure to never pull on the door or damage the clip. To close the door, you'll simply return the clip to the closed position, close the door, rotate the latch, and then use your diamond-shaped key to fully turn the other latch to make sure it's fully closed. We do recommend latching both sides of the compartment doors, both the latch and the lock side, but do understand that they are not air or watertight, so never put anything in the storage compartments that cannot get dirty and or possibly wet. To use the propane system on your motorhome, you'll locate the propane door on the outside. It's the only door with no lock on it, just 2 clips like so. To open it, turn them both like this, open the door. The knob here, the propane shutoff, if you want to use any of your propane appliances, including your refrigerator, freezer, furnace, water heater, or stove, you'll make sure this is unscrewed in the on position. In the rare instance of a fire, you'll always quickly turn this clockwise to the fully closed position. To fill your propane tank, you'll simply pull up to any gas station with a large propane tank, go inside, and the attendant will come out and fill your tank for you. To connect to water for your motorhome, you have 2 connections on the left side of the motorhome. You have tank fill, which is to fill your water tank, and city fill, which is used to connect your motorhome to supplied water either at a campground or at a house. You'll use the included water hose here. You'll simply take the threaded end, thread it into either of the connections. For filling your tank, you'll thread it all the way in until it stops. You'll then turn the water on at the source. Once your tank is full, you'll see it overflowing underneath the motorhome. You can shut off the water, disconnect the hose, and enjoy your water. For city connection, city fill, you'll do the same thing, thread the hose into the connection here. You'll turn the water on at the source, usually at your campsite. This will provide pressurized water throughout the motorhome, however, will not fill your tank. Do keep in mind, if you are hooked up to city water or campground water, you do not need to use your water pump, as it will already be under pressure from the source. Below the water connections, you'll find a cable in coaxial input. You can use the included coaxial cable to connect to campground cable TV or satellite TV if available. And behind that, you'll see your fuel fill. Remember to only use regular 87 octane fuel to fill your motorhome, and it's provided 55-gallon tank. Do keep in mind that on certain models, the city fill and tank fill connections may be located together on either side of the motorhome, or one on either side of the motorhome, such as the 25B with city fill on the left side and freshwater fill on the passenger side. All of our motorhomes are 12 feet tall and 8.5 feet wide, with the slide outs retracted and the side mirrors folded in. Therefore, you'll never want to enter an area such as a drive-through, parking garage, or inner area with a low overhang. To empty the waste tanks on your motorhome, you'll simply pull up to an RV dump station. You'll come back to the rear bumper on the driver's side. You'll remove the cap. Your RV sewer hose is located inside of the bumper. You'll always want to make sure to wear gloves for this operation. You'll take the hose, locate the sewer drain port on your RV. You'll disconnect the cap, like so. Make sure before you disconnect the cap, both the gray handle and black handles here are pushed completely in the closed position. You'll then insert the hose here. It's a quarter turn connection. Make sure it's firmly connected. You'll take the other end of the hose here and put it into the other side of the dump station, which is usually a hole in the ground. Once hooked up, you'll then pull the black handle first. Remember, the black handle is for the black tank, which is the toilet waste. You'll pull it out completely. You'll see in here the waste running through the hose. Usually takes a few minutes to empty completely. You'll then close the black handle all the way back in. You'll then pull the gray handle, which empties the gray tank, which is the sink and shower waste. Pull it out completely. Again, wait a few minutes for the water to run completely through the hose. You'll then make sure both handles are pushed fully back in. Disconnect the hose. Replace the cap like so. Return the hose to the back of the RV. Take the non-threaded side. Feed it into the bumper. And replace the cap like so. And that concludes the operations portion of your Great Alaskan Holidays orientation video. We hope you have a wonderful experience while out on your rental. And remember, please contact us if you have any issues.